Shalom, I am back. So, um, this is going to be a brief video, but I want to share something that I don't think a lot of people think about. Of course, I entitled this message, "The Real Mishkan." Stand up, please. Right? Okay, the real tabernacle. We're talking about the tabernacle. Okay, so you see here, this is done by project314.org. This is a cool book. I highly recommend taking the time to look at, reconsidering the tabernacle based on the Hebrew. He goes into the details about it. Um, as you can see, the shape of the tabernacle here is actually in a dome shape. In the center is the Holy of Holies. So the Holy of Holies would be in the center. This would be the copper basin on the edge of the actual tabernacle, where rainwater would flow naturally into the copper basin, or the dew of the morning would flow in there. Sacrifice, the brazen altar would be on the outside of the court, where sacrifices were done on the outside here. And then they would burn the burnt offering here. And then the priest would go in from this section, and they would wash themselves, wash their hands, and then they would proceed inside to the actual holy place and Holy of Holies. So the Holy of Holies is in the center, and the holy place surrounds it. And in there you would have the showbread table on one side and the menorah on the other. This is the way the tabernacle actually really looks. You might say, well, how's it the case? This is written by, it's called, you can go to the website, but you can get look at the book, The House of El Shaddai by Andrew L. Hoy. Okay, and because I cannot open the book for copyright purposes, but this is on the cover, so obviously I can show you the cover and break some things down. It's very interesting, very wonderful. You can see the wall of the holy place where the Holy of Holies is at is definitely blue, purple, and scarlet. Blue, purple, scarlet. And this as well by the altar, blue, purple, and scarlet. So you would crucify your flesh here. You would burn it up, let the Holy Spirit burn it up, the Ruach HaKodesh burn it up. Then you come in and allow him to wash you, wash him with your word, with his word, wash you with his word. And then you go in to proceed to have fellowship with the Almighty, right? There would be the showbread where you'd be nourished, the light that would burn bright, and then the center. This is very presence. This is a beautiful book, and I highly recommend if you can get the book. I'm going to establish that this models what is in heaven, because if it's going to be something that is biblically based compared to what we've been taught, it's got to be modeled in the scriptures. So I was going to just show you the book, but Abba reminded me that I need to read you Revelation as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, Revelation. Let's see. I believe it's Revelation chapter. I want to make sure it's the right one. Okay, just give me a moment. I'm going to just verify. Came. Revelation chapter 4. Here he goes. Okay, so Revelation chapter 4 shows you the same model. His throne in the center, the 24 elders around his throne. It's in a circular fashion. Chapter 4 of Revelation, verse 1. After this I looked, and behold, a door was opened in heaven. And the first voice which I heard was as it were of a trumpet talking with me, which said, Come up hither, and I will show you things which must be hereafter. And immediately I was in the Ruach, and behold, a throne was set in heaven, and one sat on the throne. And he that sat was to look upon like a jasper and sardine stone. And there was a rainbow round about the throne, in sight like unto an emerald. Okay, so this is telling you that there's a rainbow around his throne, and his throne himself, the throne that he sits on himself, is the color of emerald. Okay, it's the color of green, an emerald. All right, I don't think people really pay attention to that. So there's his throne. It's the emerald color. We know the color of emerald is green, and round about it is the rainbow. Okay, next, verse 4. Round about the throne were 24 seats, and upon the seats I saw 24 elders sitting, clothed in white raiment, and they had on their heads crowns of gold. And out of the throne proceeded lightnings and thunderings and voices. And there were 7 lamps of fire burning before the throne, which are the 7 ruachs of Elohim. And before the throne there was a sea of glass like unto crystal, and in the midst, round about the throne, were 4 beasts, full of eyes before and behind. Okay. And I should have drawn this. Okay. So it mirrors a clock. Okay. You know, a clock is divided into 4 quarters. So you have the center point. That's where the throne would be. Okay. So that would, what you see, the tabernacle picture I gave you right here. The throne would be in the center, right? His throne would be in the center. And then round about, you divide it into 4 quarters. So at one point you have 1 beast here, 1 beast there, 1 beast towards the back, and 1 beast on the side. And round about it is the 24 elders, which represents the 24 hours of the day. Okay? The clock is also a good confirmation of the Mishkan, of the tabernacle, as well, and of the throne, his throne that is in heaven. All right. Let's just finish this chapter because it's short. Verse 7. And the first beast was like a lion, and the second beast like a calf. And the third beast had a face as a man, and the fourth beast was like a flying eagle. And the 4 beasts had each of them 6 wings about him, and they were full of eyes within. And they rest not day and night, saying, Holy, 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 or in Hebrew, Kadosh, 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 Yahuwah Elohim Almighty, which was and is to come. And when those beasts give glory and honor and thanks to him that sat on the throne, who lives forever and ever. Verse 10. The 24 elders fall down before him that sat on the throne, and worship him that lives forever and ever, and cast their crowns before the throne, saying, You are worthy, O Yahuwah, to receive glory and honor and power, for you have created all things, and for your pleasure they are and were created. Okay? Keep in mind this emphasis here. Yahuwah has created all things, came, and he created them, and he created us, and he created you, and he created me. For what? For his pleasure. So let's keep that in mind. All these things that he's doing, since he's the creator, right? He has the right to enjoy and take pleasure in his creation. So let us be pleasing before him daily. May Yahuwah bless you and keep you. Okay? All right. With that, I hope that was a brief blessing of teaching. And check it out, project314.org. It's off the mathematical pi, the pi symbol. Okay, 3.14. Check it out. Shalom.